competitive.
We talk a lot about the times when wrestlers break character on this channel, and well, it's about the most interesting thing you can do with an acting role, is fuck it up. More often than not though, this is happening to the men, whether that's because they've had more overall TV time over the years, which they have had a considerable higher amount more, or because women are just more professional is up for debate, but it's not like they're never gonna let something slip. I'm D-Wicket, and these are the 10 times women broke character in the WWE. And we're having a massive giveaway for hitting 600,000 subscribers. All you have to do is go down into the description. Number 10, Gail Kim quits. Literally, just during a battle royal, Gail Kim quit the company. That is the best fucking start to any list ever. Gail Kim is one of the best female pro wrestlers of the last decade without any question. Go watch her work in TNA. She's genuinely great, and that's the company that let her shine and showed off her in-ring skill. When she was in the WWE, the Divas era, when it was at its peak, that was awful, and the women's revolution was still years to come, so to say that she was underused is a massive understatement. During this battle royal, Kim literally just rolled herself out of the ring, like she just rolled out and then walked to the back. Apparently she was curious as to whether or not anyone backstage would really give a shit, and when she realized that no one did, she left the company, walking out of a battle royal laughing with Melina, supposedly. That's amazing. Number 9, look like Ellsworth. Maybe this isn't actually Tamina breaking character, but it was so bad that I genuinely can't find a single other explanation. Tamina had to have forgotten a line here because her delivery is just so disgusting. Tamina is not well known for good technical skill behind a microphone or well in the ring either for that matter, but still, this was just, it had that extra spice of awfulness to it. After Charlotte gave a pretty funny line about looking like Ellsworth, you know, chins lol, Tamina jumped in literally out of fucking nowhere to tell Charlotte that if she didn't shut her mouth, she would look like Ellsworth. What? Tamina, you literally just repeated Charlotte's line at Charlotte, but you said it about 7.5 times worse. What's your favorite just purely fucking awful line in the WWE? Let us know in the comments down below with the hashtag DW, because that's got to be up there.
And if you don't shut up, I'm going to make you look like Ellsworth.
You need to be quiet or you're going to start looking like Ellsworth.
Number 8, PAIGE'S leaks. Maybe this one could be debated, but maybe WWE could have, reconsidered when they decided to give the SmackDown Live general manager position to the woman who had over a dozen different videos and photos of her nudes leaked to the public not that long ago. I'm not at all criticizing her work as the GM. I think she fits the role fine and has been at least entertaining with the position, but what I'm saying is, a general manager doesn't exactly feel like the person who would have a video of them being fucked by one of the men on her own roster out there on the internet for everyone to see. You listening to this right now can go and find a video right now of Xavier Woods and Paige fucking. That exists. And as of right now, the New Day is on SmackDown Live, where Paige is the general manager. I'm hoping this isn't a connection that I need to make any further.
I was like, oh, I like your haircut, puppy. And then one night, it just we hung out and it just happened. I was like, oh my God.
Wait, hold on. Wasn't Paige just engaged? I didn't even know that she was not with her last boyfriend. Love? I didn't even know that they were together.
Number 7, the weakest link. The WWE has made countless attempts to spread their brand name out there as much as possible, and one of those ways is visiting on other TV shows. You may have seen your favorite WWE superstars on shows such as Silent Library, Fear Factor, and even Family Feud with good old Steve Harvey, but probably the strangest was when a small group of wrestlers took over BBC's The Weakest Link. All of the storyline conflicts at the time aside, considering that this was 2001 and there's Stephanie, Trips, and Angle all right there, it's not exactly preferable to show off the unintelligence of many of the wrestlers, especially in this segment right here with Trish, the poor Canadian.
What title is held by the presiding judge of the U.S. Supreme Court?
Supreme Justice.
Chief Justice. Stephanie, in U.S. measurement, how many feet are in a yard? 3. Correct, LITA. In November 1973, Richard Nixon made a nationally televised statement saying, I am not a what?
I'm from Canada, I don't know.
No, he didn't say that. He said, look.
Number 6, Brie and Daniel do a little bit of company bashing. Now this is a little bit minor, but seeing as Daniel Bryan is the one doing most of the idea making and talking here, and he's kind of infamous now for his 2 years of occasional tirades against the WWE, it holds a little bit more weight than you'd think. In an Instagram live with the married couple and their daughter Birdie, which is both a golf and a badminton term despite the birdies in badminton actually being called shuttlecocks, yes, you heard me, Daniel has asked his opinion on Finn Balor, and he and Brie agree over the fact that he was kept down in NXT for way too long. Also, small thing, not a big deal, but Brie mentions the word gimmick, which it really isn't that big of a deal, especially in today's landscape, because everyone knows that it's gimmicks. Like, by definition, that is literally breaking your character. Oh yeah, also Daniel does some joking around with tout in this too, which isn't only hilarious, because tout, lol, it's also very slightly bashing WWE's old insistence on actually using tout, but at least Brie wasn't on this one.
On tout. I mean, we all need to be on tout. Let's shut down Instagram. Let's turn this thing off.
No.
Instagram's so...
Tout doesn't exist anymore.
No, it exists. I have a tout account.
Okay, we're not talking about tout anymore.
Number 5, Stephanie's constant CM Punk addressing. Don't get me wrong, Vince and Trips have had their fair share of torturing live, typically Chicagoan audiences, but Stephanie is the absolute queen of crushing the Punk fans' dreams. CM Punk is something of a legend within the business nowadays because no one has ever reached such insanely high heights and just walked out of the company. That being said, his name was all but scraped from the WWE years ago, but somehow he just keeps poking that head right around the corner. Usually this happens because of the crowd chants, and usually, nowadays, Steph has around 5 or 6 pre-planned attacks on these crowd chants.
So if you guys could keep that up for about 2 minutes and 15 seconds, you'd last 1 second longer than Punk did.
Well, you people certainly are predictable. All you Chicagoans are alike, right? You're just like CM Punk, right? You're all losers.
Number 4, Lillian wants the Women's Championship back. Lillian Garcia will definitely go down as one of the fans' most beloved parts of the Ruthless Aggression era. She was an absolute staple of the WWE product for her time, and her voice is instantly recognizable and just classic as all hell, and she was great at her job. But, as Gene Okerlund made clear at SummerSlam 1989, just because you're a legend doesn't mean you're infallible.
Gentlemen, as you know, the Ultimate Warrior, fuck it, has publicly stated that, damn it, who put that up? Is that $200 an hour?
Lillian proved this herself back in 2015 when Divas champion Nikki Bella was announced as the Women's Champion. This might seem like more of a botch than a character-breaking moment, but when Lillian Garcia herself expresses extreme displeasure with the women's title shortly after on social media and massive praise when the Divas title got replaced, well, then it's like kind of both, I guess? Sure, why not?
From Scottsdale, Arizona, she is this WWE Women's Champion, Nikki Bella!
Number 3, Lita cheats on Matt. This one's not even a character break, it's just fucking breaking humanity. Lita, quite literally, cheated on her real-life boyfriend. Lita and Matt Hardy were not only a TV relationship, they were a real-life relationship. Lita cheated on Matt with Edge, and the aftermath bled onto the TV screen. This one's genuinely kind of disgusting, because just think how awful it must have been to be Matt Hardy. God damn you, Edge, you literal, real-life fucking heel.
And considering that you would go out and fall in love and have an affair with him behind my back and lie every step of the way, I definitely think that makes things a public issue, especially when that's going to come out. Come on.
Number 2, Stephanie destroys kayfabe. Well, this list is going up exponentially. Some of the entries on this list are at least somewhat defendable, but seriously try to explain this. Stephanie McMahon on multiple occasions has casually talked about her character on shows like Rachel Ray. It's not even that bad. Well, okay. It's actually really bad that she's talking about playing an evil bitch on TV while she's all smiles and charity. It's really weird, but it's that right there is the biggest issue. Stephanie and Triple H both suffer massively from the breaking of kayfabe because they each essentially have split personalities. When Stephanie McMahon comes out on Raw, we genuinely don't know if she's going to be the babyface, charity-loving Steph, or if she's going to heel it up and trash her own roster to death. It's a massive flaw in the WWE system right now, and she's got no problem just talking about it on another TV show. What the fuck?
The stage.
But you're not a real villain.
No, I hope not.
Yeah,
because my character is really hateful. If you watch our show, like really hateful. I abuse my authority.
And number 1, Medusa trashes the belt. Alundra Blaze was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame back in 2015, which is kind of fucking incredible when you realize just how anti-WWF she was back in the day. She was so fed up with the company, in fact, that she, while being the WWF Women's Champion, the woman chosen to represent the entirety of women in the company in the world of wrestling, in Vince's eyes, not only traded sides over to WCW, but took the Women's Championship and put it right where she thought it belonged. Holy shit.
That indeed it is. Trash can. And that's what I think of the WWF Women's Championship belt.
And those are the 10 times the women broke character in the WWE. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments down below, along with that comment question of the day with the hashtag DW. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, and bop that notifications bell just to keep up to date with everything Watch WWE. Otherwise, Steph might keep exposing the business even more.